the silence. No fear inside the room. I can breathe beside you and let the moment bloom. I've spent too long translating every tremor in my voice, turning ordinary distance into reasons and alarms. I've learned to hide the weather when a cloud crossed through my mind, but you don't ask me for a sunrise every time I lose the light. You leave the door half open, you don't pull me through it fast, and somehow in that patience I remember how to rest. You don't need every answer, you don't fear what you can't see. You let silence have a heartbeat, and you let that heartbeat be. I'm safe enough to be quiet, safe enough to take my time. I don't have to turn my feelings into reasons you can find. I'm safe enough to be quiet and still know that you are near. You don't need me to be certain to believe that I am here. I'm safe enough to be quiet, nothing hidden, nothing wrong. Somewhere in the space you give me, I remember I belong. Let it breathe, you don't have to fix me. Let it breathe, let it grow, I will tell you when I know. There is something in your patience that I never learned before. You don't knock against my boundaries just to see if there's a door. And when I finally start talking, you don't rush to make it right. You just stay inside the moment till the words become less tight. I can feel myself unfolding without fear of getting lost. Closeness doesn't feel like losing when I know I still belong. Maybe trust is not a promise, maybe trust is what we do when we leave enough of heaven for another heart to move. I'm safe enough to be quiet, safe enough to take my time. I don't have to turn my feelings into reasons you can find. I'm safe enough to be quiet and still know that you are near. You don't need me to be certain to believe that I am here. I'm safe enough to be quiet, nothing hidden, nothing wrong. Somewhere in the space you give me, I remember I belong. If I step back, don't chase me. If I grow still, don't assume. There are things inside a person that need darkness just to bloom. And when I reach toward you again, let it be because I choose, not because I feared the distance, not because I had to prove. Love can hold without possessing, love can stay without control. The safest hands are sometimes the ones that leave your room. I'm safe enough to be quiet, beside me. Something shifts beneath my skin, like the air has learned a language only quiet hearts can hear. I keep smiling through the moment, like there's nothing left to hide. But every glance you leave behind you stays with me long after night. Maybe this is only timing, maybe this is something more. I don't need the perfect answer, just don't close the open door. If this feeling has a voice, let it find us in the dark. We don't have to chase forever, we don't have to name the spark. Just stay close enough to hear it, close enough to understand. Sometimes love begins in silence, long before we touch a hand. Don't look away, don't let it fade. Some hearts are louder when they wait. Every word we leave unspoken finds another way to breathe. In the spaces between strangers, something pulls you back to me. I don't need a grand confession or a promise in the rain, just the honesty of knowing you have felt this just the same. Maybe we were never waiting, maybe we were growing slow. Every heartbeat has its season, every flower learns to show. If tomorrow changes everything, tonight is still enough. Some truths don't need permission to become what they already are. If this feeling has a voice, let it echo through the night. Not to change the world around us, only bring us into light. Stay with all that's softly living, don't let fear decide the end. Sometimes love begins with silence and teaches hearts to speak again. No more hiding, no more running, only this quiet light between us. You were right like summer rain falls, soft enough to change the air. Never asking for tomorrow, never saying you'd be there. I kept building little shelters from the warmth inside your eyes, while your footsteps faced the doorway long before our last goodbye. Every silence drew a picture I mistook for something real. Hope can wear the face of certainty when it's all you want to feel. I won't sunsets we collected, like they promised something more. But the evening always ended with one of us at the door. You were honest in your distance, I was faithful to the dream. Sometimes hope can paint forever on a light that wasn't meant to stay. I forgive the part that waited, I forgive the part that knew. Some hearts bloom beneath the sunlight, others only chase the moon. I won't call it wasted time. Every tear became the seed that carried me back home, back to me. I won't live inside the question of what we could have been. Love should never feel like reaching for a place I've never been. If you're meant to keep on wandering, may your skies remain so wide. I'll choose the arms that open instead of standing outside. Some doors stay half open, some hearts never do. So I'll walk toward the light that walks toward me too. I don't always have an answer. Sometimes silence needs some room. There are thoughts I have to carry before I know what they will mean. When I turn a little quieter, don't mistake it for goodbye. I'm still somewhere in the feeling, I'm just letting it arrive. You don't have to chase the distance, you don't have to name the fear. You can leave a little breathing space and still remain right here. Don't turn every shadow into something we must fight. Let me find the words myself, I'll bring them when they're right. Hear me without the echo, don't change what I am saying. Take my words as they are, don't make them something they're not. Hear me without the echo, let the quiet have its meaning. If I say that I am here, you don't have to ask me twice. Hear me without the echo, nothing hidden underneath silence, it doesn't mean something's wrong. And when I reach across the quiet, you'll know I came there freely. Not because you pulled me closer, but because you let me be me. Listen to me. If I say I'm here, I'm here. If I need some time, let it breathe. And when I speak, hear me, hear me. I don't need the perfect version of the life you lived before. Bring the nights that made you wiser. Bring the keys that found your doors. Every scar has learned a language. Every silence shaped your name. I don't want the parts you rescued. I want all that still remains.
I'll arrive without disguises. Nothing polished for your eyes. Only hands that learn from breaking. Only hope that still survives.
If you find me in the morning, let it be the way I am. Like the mountains keep the weather, without asking it to change. The moon never asked the ocean to become another sky. They belong by being different, still they dance with every tide. Come as the river comes, carrying every season. I'll meet you like the sea, wide enough for every reason. No one has to disappear to become somebody's home.
Love is not two halves together.
It's two whole hearts choosing one road.
If tomorrow bends around us, if the wind begins to change, may we never trade our voices, just to keep each other safe.
Hold my hand without possessing, know my soul without a cage. Let our roots grow side by side, not beneath the other shade. I've seen flowers chase the sunlight
Until they forgot the rain.
I've seen people lose themselves,
Calling sacrifice by another name.
but love was never built to conquer. Love was never born to own. It is light across the water. water,
helping both of us get home.
come as the river comes, wild enough to keep on flowing. I'll meet you like the sea, deep enough to keep you growing. If the stars can share one heaven without stealing each other's light,
Then maybe love is simply
walking side by side through life. May sky remain your own,
may my heart,
remain my home.
and somewhere where the river meets the sea,
We'll choose each other,
still
completely free. The silence doesn't scare me, it doesn't feel like loss. It's only where our footsteps finally became our own. You were never meant to carry every dream I couldn't find, and I was never meant to ask you to leave yourself behind. Some hearts meet for a season, inside your presence, but I never asked for more. You don't reach across my boundaries just to see what's behind the door. I've known affection like a current, pulling everything downstream. Where the closer someone came to me, the less I could recognize myself. But you leave the windows open. You don't ask me to stay small. And the space between our shoulders feels like room enough for both. I can feel my heartbeat changing without fearing where it goes. For the first time, wanting someone doesn't feel like letting go. Let the feeling find its rhythm. Let it grow without a plan. I don't need to disappear to let you understand. Closer without losing me, near enough to feel the spark. I can give you what is honest without handing you my heart. Closer without losing me, nothing forced and nothing owed. If we build something together, let it leave us both our own. Closer without losing me, let the future take its time. I don't need to become yours to let your world touch mine. Come closer, stay open. No pressure, no promise. I feel it, I choose it. No fear between us. You don't fill my every silence. You don't question where I go. You understand that independence isn't distance from your soul. I can keep my early mornings. You can keep your midnight skies. We can meet between our worlds without asking either one to die. Maybe love is not a doorway that only opens one way through. Maybe it is two people standing with enough space to remain true. I don't need a perfect answer. I don't need to name tonight. Some feelings become more honest when we give them room to rise. Closer without losing me, near enough to feel the spark. I can give you what is honest this is going. Just let it breathe. There's a warmth beneath the silence, like the room remembers spring. I can feel the night unfolding without asking what it means. I don't wanna rush the moment into something it can't hold. Some things lose their brightest color when we try to name them too soon. You don't reach across my distance. You don't pull me from the dark. You just leave a little space there for the feeling to become. And somehow that kind of patience makes me wanna step in close. Not because I need an answer, but because I want to know. Let tonight remain unfinished. Let tomorrow stay unknown. Somewhere between fear and wonder, something honest has begun. Let it find its way. Let it become what it becomes. I don't need to chase the feeling. I don't need to make it run. Let it find its way through the quiet, through the light. If it grows between us slowly, I'll be here to meet it right. Let it find its way. No promises before that time. If my heart keeps moving toward you, I will trust the reason why. Let it move, let it breathe. Nothing here I have to force. Let it rise, let it stay. One small step, another day. I've confused desire with danger. I've mistaken comfort, doubt. Thought that every door worth opening had to pull my whole world out. But you're teaching me another kind of closeness, kind and clear, where I don't have to surrender everything to keep you near. I can keep my own horizon. You can keep the life you know. And somewhere in the space between us, something real can learn to grow. Maybe love is not an answer. Maybe love begins a question. One we don't have to solve tonight. Only have the courage to enter. No need to promise what we're feeling. No need to turn it into fate. Some of the most honest beginnings are the ones we let unfold. Let it find its way. Let it become what it becomes. I don't need to chase the feeling. I don't need to make it run. Let it find its way through the quiet, through the light. If it grows between us slowly, I'll be here to meet it right. Let it find its way. No promises before that time. If my heart keeps moving toward you, I will trust the reason why. Don't ask the river for its ending before it learns the shape of land. Don't ask tomorrow for a promise when tonight is in our hands. If you come closer, I'll stay open. If you need space, I'll understand. Nothing here needs to be carried. hearts listening. Let it find its way, let it find its way. Let it move without a map. Oh, I don't need to know the ending to be present where we are. Oh, let it find its way, let the quiet tell the truth. If tomorrow brings us closer, I'll arrive as someone whole. Let it find its way, no fear beneath the light. What is real won't need a reason to keep finding us tonight. Let it find its way, let it breathe and let it grow. I won't force it into something, I just wanna see where it goes. No hurry, no disguise, nothing lost, nothing forced. If it becomes love, let it find its way. Let it find its way. I stopped asking empty mirrors who I had to be for love. Learned the language of the silence, found enough inside my blood. Then you came without a rescue, without trying to repair. You just smiled into the moment, like you'd always found me there. Maybe love is never searching for the pieces that we lack. Maybe it begins the moment to hold, so stop looking back. We found each other after finding who we are, like two lights across the water, shining from their own stars. You don't complete my story, you make the pages shine. And I choose you every morning, without losing what is mine, 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 Every dream I built alone now has another place to grow. Not because I need your footsteps, but because we walk them slow. When tomorrow changes colors, when the seasons rearrange, love will never ask permission for two hearts that welcome change. Trees don't steal the sunlight, still they reach the very same sky. Maybe that's what love was always, standing close without asking someone else to become less. We found each other think the longest roads were the ones without your hand. Now I see they only taught me how to finally understand. Every mile I walked without you, open skies I'd never known. Sometimes distance grows the roots that only solitude has grown. Maybe every wrong direction was another way back home. We were never lost, only learning different stars. Every road was drawing circles back to who we really are. We were never lost, only walking through the night. Sometimes darkness is the canvas where soul remembers light. Now the wind feels less like leaving, more like something passing through. Every season brings a version of the life I never knew. If tomorrow brings another heart that's brave enough to stay, I'll be standing in the sunrise without fear of yesterday. The moon still finds the ocean, though neither asks it why. Maybe love is simply trust in what the heart can't justify. We were never lost, only finding who we'd be. Every ending was a doorway, every tide returned to sea. We were never lost, now I finally understand. Home was never just a person, home was learning who I not lost, only becoming. I used to chase the echoes of every door that closed, thinking love was something earned by never letting go. Then one quiet afternoon, the wind erased my plans and left me with a silence I could finally understand. Not every road deserves your footsteps, not every fire needs your hands. Peace chose me first, changing weather, like an old familiar friend. Every ending brings a window, every loss a different lens. I still dream with open eyes, still believe in something new, but I no longer call it love if I have to beg it to. Without forgetting where it's going. Maybe strength is not resistance. Maybe strength is simply flowing. Chose me first. Now my heart knows where to stay, not inside another promise, but inside each honest day. If someone walks beside me, may they walk because they choose the truest kind of loving. Never asked a soul to lose. When I stop chasing, the ocean never hurried. Still it found a waiting shore. Every wave arrived unfinished. Still it always gave a little more. You walked into my silence, like the evening meets the sea. Nothing has to be explained, yet everything was changing me. Not every truth is spoken. Some are carried by the tide. Some hearts speak in tides, coming closer, pulling free, never asking for possession, only asking us to breathe. Some hearts speak in tides, slow enough to understand. Love is not the wave that holds us, it's the sea beneath.
Tomorrow has no footsteps, no voice for us to hear. It borrows all its colors from the choices we make here. Every word we leave unspoken, every kindness we begin, builds another quiet bridge between the world and who we've been. The future isn't waiting, it's listening. The shape of tomorrow lives inside today. Every gentle answer changes something far away. The shape of tomorrow is softer than we know. It grows inside the moments we almost let go. If I lose another season, if the road becomes unknown, I'll remember every sunrise started where the night had grown. Nothing beautiful is certain, nothing lasting comes by chance. But every heart that stays open always gives tomorrow hands. Hope is not a destination, it's a direction. The shape of tomorrow is already in our eyes. Every quiet act of courage teaches daylight how to rise. Tomorrow begins here. I spent years behind the curtains, watching life from far away.
thinking dreams belong to others who were never scared to change. Then you open just one window, nothing more is left to prove. All the sky came rushing toward me like it always knew the room. Sometimes hope is just a window finally left open wide. Every window holds the sky. If we dare to lift our eyes, every ending leaves an opening for another kind of life. Every window holds the sky. Even on the darkest days, there is always something waiting just beyond the glass we made. Now I welcome every morning with the questions that remain. I've stopped asking life for certainty, only courage through the change. If tomorrow feels uncertain, I'll remember what is true. The horizon never left me, I just had to change my view. The sky has never chosen, only one place to shine. Every window holds the sky, and every heart can learn to see. The world becomes much wider when we choose to live it free. Open the window. Let the morning in. The forest never hurried, still it welcomed every spring. Branches reach without competing, every bird was free to sing. I have spent so many seasons trying hard to earn the sky. Now I watch the leaves surrender, teaching me a gentler life. Nothing living grows by forcing. Every Everything grows toward the light. In the air between the trees, there is room for every breeze. Love becomes the space we offer, not the chains we never see. In the air between the trees, every root grows differently. Still the forest stands together. That's the kind of love I need. I will measure every heartbeat by how loudly it can prove. Some of life's most faithful rhythms barely make a sound at all. If tomorrow bends my pathway like the river bends the stone, may I never lose the kindness that has slowly made me whole. Even the tallest cedar once trusted unseen roots. In the air between the trees, I remembered how to breathe. Grow without fear. Without fear. Before you found my silence, I was storms beneath my skin. Every smile was just a doorway, keeping everyone out again. Then you spoke like distant thunder, never loud enough to break, only soft enough to show me how much light a heart can take. You never tried to save me, you simply stayed nearby, like sunrise touching mountains without asking them to climb. You taught the sky my name, now every dawn remembers. Even after you're gone, the light still finds my window. You didn't change my story, you changed the way I read it. Some people leave their footprints, others leave the horizon. Maybe love is only courage, given one quiet chance. You taught the sky my name. Now I never fear the morning. Every shadow holds a sunrise. Every ending has becoming. If our past become two rivers flowing toward different seas, thank you for the light that still remembers me. I spent years collecting answers from every place but home, wearing voices that fit the moment, never one that felt my own. Every crowded conversation left another room inside, where the quiet kept on waiting, like a window closed by time. You didn't hand me something missing, you only moved the dust away. I remember my own name and the way you looked at me, not as someone still becoming, but as someone already free. I remember my own name when the noise began to fade. Love was never changing who I am, it was clearing what remained. someone else. Our longest journey was always back to me. The stars have never touched each other, still they fill the same dark sky. Every light keeps its own story, still together they can shine. You and I don't need perfection, only courage to be true. There is beauty in the distance that still lets the love come through. Close enough to feel free enough to breathe. Nothing between the stars, every flower